Welcome to Fandango's Big Ticket, where we interview Hollywood's biggest stars and tell you what's hot in theaters. This week's big ticket movie is The Exorcist Believer. The sixth installment in the Exorcist franchise is a direct sequel to 1973's The Exorcist and stars Leslie Odom Jr., Ann Dowd, and Jennifer Nettles coming together for scary scenes like this one.
It was amazing having Linda as a consultant. She was very helpful in trying to navigate the psychology of our young talent. Lydia and Olivia were amazing young actresses to work with, and we're asking them to go to very dangerous, very provocative, very spiritual places. And so wanted to do that as safely, from a psychological standpoint, as safely as we could. And so having Linda be there to kind of help navigate and give us advice alongside teachers and parents and child psychologists, and some of those, the fact that Linda had blazed this trail before was really valuable to all of us in trying to set a really healthy path to go to a pretty bizarre place.
Get your tickets now and be sure to check out our full interview on Fandango.com. And speaking of great horror franchises in theaters this week, another popular horror franchise returns with round 2 of A Demon-Fighting Nun, and a certain big fat wedding film series is getting the threequel treatment. It's all coming up this week on Big Ticket.
Something wrong with the school. Something doesn't feel right.
Praying for success, first is the gothic horror movie The Nun 2. This marks the 9th installment in the Conjuring universe and is a sequel to The Nun, which itself was a spin-off prequel of The Conjuring 2. What I'm saying is the universe keeps growing, and that's a good thing. Well, that is if you like horror. It's also worth noting that director Michael Chavez also helmed the 6th and 8th installments in the franchise with The Curse of La Llorona and The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, so he's no doubt finding his groove. Plus, you gotta love the fact that Sister Irene has returned, once again played by Tessa Farmiga, the sister of Vera Farmiga, who is already a staple in the Conjuring franchise. It's all in the family here, folks. This one finds Sister Irene in 1956 France coming face to face with Valak and the Demon Nun. And with a sequel, sometimes you gotta look no further than the original, which in this case, The Nun performed well at the box office and fans were into it. So there you go. See you in church. I mean, the theater, which for me is church anyway.
Having a reunion. We're going to Greece.
Oh, yeah?
1, 2, 3, 4. And by we, I mean the whole family.
And walking down the aisle yet again this week is My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. This is the 3rd installment in what has been a very successful franchise thus far, with the first 2 performing well at the box office and giving fans all the feels. So why not go in for round 3? Ding! And Nia Vardalos, who wrote and starred in the first 2 installments, as well as this one, also directed this time too. What can't she do? This time around, the story follows the Portocalos family on a trip to Greece for a family reunion. And speaking of which, that brings us to our 3rd reason to see this threequel. It takes place and was actually filmed in Greece. That's right, after 1 and 2 were shot in places like Toronto and Chicago, this one goes all the way to Greece to really put the Greek in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Well, that's it for this week's Big Ticket, and whether it's a demon-fighting nun or a big Greek wedding, either way it looks like you're going to be going to church this weekend. And don't forget, you can get your tickets to both of these right now at Fandango.com. Thanks for watching Fandango's Big Ticket. See you next week.